Hey, what's up YouTube? In today's video, I'm going to be going over a bunch of the work we did on the tractor and showing you guys pretty much step by step. It's a bit of a longer video, so I hope you guys don't mind. The quality's not the greatest. We do have a new camera, which we're shooting on right now, so this will be what we use going forward, so hopefully the picture's a lot better. So bear with us, we're working on it. The other thing I'll say is that the footage is pretty raw, and I'm going to leave a lot of that in, so like I said, it might tend to be a little bit longer, so hopefully you guys enjoy. Let me know in the comments what you think, and if you'd rather see a shorter video, just say, hey, I'd rather these things be, 10, 15 minutes long or whatever. I like the longer videos personally because it means less editing, and we all know that anybody that does this type of thing, editing is not what we like to do. So just let me know what you think, leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and I appreciate it. Thank you. Hey, what's up YouTube? Jason here. So today we're going to be working on the tractors. We have the Oliver that we need to work on, and we have the old Ford we got to get at least trying to run. Al is going to try to sell it. So he asked if I could try to get it started for him. Has not been started in, I think, 5 or 6 years, the same as the other tractors. The Oliver's going to stay here, but they want to try to get rid of the Ford since they don't necessarily need it as much. So I'm going to be working on that. I also have to plug the tire in the ride and lawnmower. I need to plug the tire in a pickup truck. Need to change the oil in the pickup truck. I need to put oil in the tractor. We're going to be really building the carburetor on the Oliver as well. So we're going to try to get all that done today. That's the game plan. First things first is we got to get the pickup truck tire fixed and the oil changed. And then we're going to tackle the ride and lawnmower and then the tractor because of priority levels. And if we get to the other stuff, we do. If not, well, that's where we'll be and we have something to work on next weekend. So that's where we're going to be at. Hopefully you guys enjoy. I'm going to set the camera up and we're going to get going. Alright everybody, here's the problem with the riding lawnmower, is that I don't see it now. Ingrid had hit something with the sidewall, put a hole in the sidewall, and we're not going to just go ahead and, there it is, right there. So we're not going to go ahead and be able to fix that right now. So what we actually are going to do is I pulled the tire off. She needs her rim. I tried running it with this other riding lawnmower rim off a different tractor we got sitting here, but the spacing's not the same, so when you go backwards, it actually hits over here, as you can see. So what we're going to do now is I'm just going to pop this tire off, slap it onto the rim that it goes onto. I thought this would be the quick, easier fix, but the spacing between the two tractors is obviously just a little bit different on the rims. So it's really easy. You take the valve stem out, let all the air out, just smack around here with a sledgehammer. Get that bead broken, both sides. Then all it takes is, I just use 2 screwdrivers. Nothing fancy here. These are a lot easier than car tires because they're not as tight. Just put 2 screwdrivers in. One, get up underneath the lip of the rim there, pry it over. It's pretty simple, but that'll get that back going. Fortunately, we had an extra tire laying around here from one of the other ride lawnmowers that died. And we'll get that slapped on there and she'll be able to get back mowing. Alright, so this tire has been a lot more difficult than expected. So I pulled this tire off that other tractor and it had a leak. So here's the solution. Yeah, beat it up in the comments, pull the tire back off, patch it, blah, 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 blah. I don't care, it's not how I'm doing it. I'm not saying that's not the right way. What I'm saying is this is how I'm doing it. So all you do is you find your hole, and this thing's got a little bit of a file on here. Stick that down in there, run it in and out a couple times, boom, the hole's ready to go. Then you take your plug, thread it through there. It's made for that, comes with the kit. Then you pull this out real quick. And you just shove that dude right down inside there. Push it down in there a pretty good way, not all the way. You want a little bit of that sticking out like so. Then just give this a quick yank right back out. And there you go, tire's fixed. Now I will trim a little of this off. I won't trim all of it off. I don't like trimming all of it off. Some people like to cut it off flush or whatever. I'm just going to clip a little bit of this off so there's not quite as much sticking up. But that is fixed. It's not going to leak anymore. We'll pump that full air, slap it back on the rider, and she can get back to mowing. Alright, so the first thing we got to do is we got to get this brush hog off, because I'll show you here in a second, this thing's still leaking the hydraulic fluid. It didn't all go in the bucket like I was hoping to. I've got maybe a third of a 5-gallon bucket there that's got oil still in it. The rest of it still managed to find its way to the floor, unfortunately. So we're going to take off this equipment, and then I'm going to pull the tractor forward, and then I'll pull the carburetor off, and I'll fix this hydraulic leak. I don't want to weigh any oil. I did that last weekend, trying not to do that this time. So all we got to do is, we're missing one pin on the other side. I'll take these pins off here, and then these bolt out of here. Put everything on the same side so we know where everything goes. That's for that side. The PTO shaft's really easy. It has a push release on the pin. So you just push that down, it's spring loaded, and then the shaft slides off. There we go. And you take the shaft out of the way. And you just unlock these pins here. Should be able to move this back to the edge. There we go, the pin's out of the way on that one. Then we'll release the pin on this one. Do the same thing, hopefully. Okay, she's heavy. This is where struggle and strive comes in, right? We struggle to get this over here. But we will strive because I'm going to make it happen. There we go. Could really use a second set of hands today, not gonna lie. But it's done. So now we will pull the tractor forward and I can get that gasket replaced that's leaking on the hydraulics there. I'll try to videotape that the best I can. It's kind of in an awkward spot and it's gonna be quite messy. If I can get the camera in there, I will, but I'll definitely show some footage of the carburetor work. So be right back. Over here, turn the fuel back on. So getting here to the handy dandy toolbox. Hopefully saying handy dandy isn't copyrighted. Take these fuel lines off. Gonna make a bit of a mess. It was just running, but it's not running well enough that I'm gonna try to start it and let it all run back out again. See, what had happened is this thing sat for 5, maybe 6 years now, and it's got our wonderful ethanol blend fuel in it now, and that stuff is just absolutely horrible if you let it sit. And that's exactly what this thing has done. But you know, they've had health issues and stuff, and they ain't been able to get out here and do anything with that, so that's why I'm here. So we're going to try to get this off of here. These are of the 1/2-inch variety, if anybody's wondering. I don't know how many people are going to watch this that actually are going to be working on a Oliver. This is Oliver 770, but they did run this motor in several different tractors. That's why you can still get the parts for it. I was actually able to go online and I'm not going to say the company's name right this second, but I was able to go online and get a carburetor rebuild kit for it. And that's what we're going to try to do here. Because with that E85, like I was saying earlier, when it sits for a long time like that, it gums up and gets very, very corrosive. Normal fuel will do the same thing as well. They call it varnishing. But it's not E85, it's just this stuff with the ethanol in it in general. Like all of our gas around here, I don't know where you're from, where you're watching this at, but all of our gas around here says it can have up to, I think, 12 or 15% ethanol in it. And that ethanol, when you put it in a carburetor and you just let that stuff sit, it makes for a bad, bad time. Let's get that little rock there. Good thing we got new gaskets because that boy's toast. That comes right off, and then what I like to do so I don't lose stuff, which I'm horrible about, you guys will learn all about that, is I'll put those right back on there so I don't lose them again later. I'll take this screwdriver, push this cotter pin over here a little bit, try to straighten it out. I know, use pliers, use pliers. Well, the pliers ain't right here in my hand and the screwdriver is. I don't think this carburetor's ever been off this tractor. She is nasty. There it is, little baby cotter pin. Set that right there on top of the toolbox. Then we can disconnect this. She's all gummed up. So you got to loosen this clamp here. And then we're going to flip her all the way upside down. And then this carburetor is free. There it goes. Bada bing. We got ourselves a carburetor. Let's go work on it. Alright, so here we are now. The carburetor all cleaned up best we can. Not going to get too crazy with it. Got our carburetor kit here. It's really just gaskets and some stuff like that. What we're going to do is we're just going to take this whole thing apart. It does come with a diagram, so we can always go back and look at it again. I'm armed with several different types of screwdrivers, and after cleaning this up, this has been opened up at least once before. I can see here on the screws where they got some damage from not having the right screwdriver, so you just couldn't tell with all the gunk that it had on it, which is reasonable. I mean, you hope that something could last that long and be that good. A lot of the older stuff was. My little makeshift table here. Again, we're out here in the barn. This is not my garage, and they haven't been able to get out here to clean things up. This garage is on the list to get cleaned up next. It's a nice barn thing here, though. It's, oh, what is it? I think it's 30 by 28 or something like that. It's 16 foot tall. So it'll make a nice little workstation. Just real carefully pull that out. we go. Take a look in here, and honestly, it's not as bad as I expected to. I expected to see a bunch of, I mean, she's got some rust and stuff in here. I know you're not going to be able to see that on camera. Let's get the light in there like that, maybe. There we go. You can see some rust in there now. So it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. So we're going to give everything in there a good spray out. And then we'll take one of these, blue shop towels here. Wipe it out the best we can. I don't have any brushes or anything that I can use. I didn't bring any of that stuff with me. It's one of them deals. I don't always know for sure what I'm going to get to when I get out here. I leave with a list of things to do that I didn't get done the day I was out here. And then when I come back, there's more things to do. Not complaining by any means. Love trying to help them out. I'm just saying that like the tire thing, we got to fix the tire on the riding lawnmower. We had to fix the tire on the pickup truck. I had to change the oil on the pickup truck, which it desperately needed. You know, stuff that they can't do themselves. So, you know, that wasn't on the list, so it kind of puts other things that are on the list to the back burner. The best intention is to come out here and get everything done and everything running. But, you know, they come across things that they can't do while I'm gone. And so when I get back out here, I try to tackle that stuff first for them so they can keep going. Like last week, I had to fix the window on their car for them before I could get started doing anything, and they needed that fixed right then because they were getting ready to go to the doctor because Al had to have his leg operated on again. He got some new shiny metal in there and a new cast, and hopefully in another 3, maybe 4 weeks, that'll all be healed up, and maybe he can get back up to trying to move around again and come out here and see what all I've gotten done for him. He's never going to be 100%, but he's doing his best. It's just one of them deals when you get older, things stop working for you. So we come out here to try to help him out the best we can. Plus, you know, I'm not going to lie, get benefits out of this. I enjoy doing this. I enjoy being able to make these videos. I do enjoy the fact that they're going to let me hunt out here, which is very important to me. Can't wait to get hunting again. You'll see some bow shooting videos coming up in the future. Ready to get back after that. Is this guy small enough? No. See, that's why you grab yourself a handful of screwdrivers, because you gotta have just the right one to get into some of these. Okay, well, we'll try it. I don't want to push too hard because if we're turning, we're good. Alright, we're good. It's going to spin for me. These are all these little orifices that need cleaned out. You got to make sure that everything's flowing through them. Okay, I just tried blowing through that. I know you can't see that on camera. I'm not going to put my face on there doing it, but it's not letting any air go through. So that's definitely plugged up. I'm not sure if we got one of those in the kit. I hope so. We got all kinds of stuff in here. These guys are really cool. It's called Carb Junkies. I don't know if you can see that or not. But they make all kinds of carbs, and I'll just go ahead and read this off there for you. They're at carbjunkies.com. Really cool people. They sent their little business card in there. They did send the diagram that shows you how to break down the carburetor and put it all back together. And then they also sent this thank you with a 10% off my next purchase. I'm not sponsored by these guys by any means. I just thought this was really cool. And then they included this awesome Atomic Fireball jawbreaker, and it's almost like they know me or something because I absolutely love these. So I'm gonna pop this in my mouth once I don't have to talk anymore, because I'm super excited about this. Almost excited about this as I am getting this carburetor fixed to where the tractor runs better, not gonna lie. Anyway, if you guys need carburetor stuff, and it's not just tractor stuff, it looks like they do all kinds of carburation stuff, you know. Not sponsored, but if you want to check them out, it is really cheap. I think I only paid like, I think this was only 20 bucks for this carb kit here. and they were cheaper than anybody else. Every now and again you get lucky and you get something like that, and it just seems like you're dealing with really nice people. So as you can see there, it's got several different gaskets. Now this one here is too small. I just threw it on top of the old one, and this one here is going to be the right one for us. So there's our brand new gasket there, and there's the old one underneath. This one here is just a little bit smaller. So this goes, again, these things go to several different carburetors, so that's not going to be the one we need. And we got two different size gaskets here as well. But if you look, the smaller one is going to be the one that goes to it. This bigger one here is too big, most likely going to go to another carb. But we got the gaskets we need right here, so we'll set those over here. And we do have a new needle. The old one came right out. It wasn't looking like it was sticking any, so that's a plus, but they did include a new one. So you can see here is the old one with this little spring deal on top. See that guy just dangles? And then put this on here real quick, and you can see here is the brand new one. So it's nice and shiny. So that will be the one that's going back in, and this is the seat that it rides in. So we will replace that. So we're going to try to take that out. I might have to grab a bigger screwdriver. Yeah, this one's not going to be big enough to get that done. Maybe we turn it sideways? No, not this one. Alright, so we're going to go grab a different screwdriver. Okay, so we're back. We grabbed this big old boy here, and that big screwdriver there was just enough to get this broke loose. So we're going to pop that out of there as well. Like I said, we got a new one in here, so we might as well replace everything we can replace with the new one. So all the old stuff over there. So I can tell you how this works. So when you spray into this hole here, which was the one that was plugged, it comes out in here. So you know this passage is clear. When you spray in through here, which is the fuel inlet, it comes in through here, which is what lets the fuel go into the float, which is what that little needle valve here does. And it rides on the float and controls how much fuel goes in and out of it. Okay, and this is clear. So far those are clear. We do have some other passages. We're going to pop out this screw here. I think that's it on the top. And then we pop that out, we're going to blow through that as well. I do have a new one of these as well, so we're going to replace all the old parts again with new parts. We're just going to run this in and see how many turns it is, so we can set it there. 1, 2, and about a quarter. So we got everything cleaned back up. Put this thing back together.
Oh, it feels like 97.
That sounds more like it. It's hot.
Yeah, it does. Oh,
it's got a excavator, yeah, backhoe on the back of it.
No wonder somebody wants to buy it. Wow.
Yeah, it's a really nice tractor. So I'm just going to go straight to spraying this out. Oh, this carb cleaner is really good because it burns. Alright, so that's spraying out fine. Well, whatever, it's fine. Anyway, you can take some of that deer meat and then get some of the cheaper hamburger and grind the two of those together.
Yeah.
And that makes more hamburger too, because that's what we did is we bought the cheap, like the rolls of hamburger, the cheap stuff, and you mix it kind of like the consistency of you do the sausage. So if you got 5 pounds of deer meat, mix in a pound, maybe 2 pounds of the cheap burger with it, because that gives it that little bit of fat, and then it doesn't have the tendency to get cooked as quickly. But now you went and you got 7 pounds of meat, you know. So it goes a lot farther, and then people are less likely to notice that it's deer
I
meat.
think that's what you did.
That is what I did
at
before.
home
Yeah,
when-
and
when you lived
she
there,
never
because
never knew that was deer meat. She can
Yeah.
cry and complain all she wants. Otherwise, she wouldn't have ate it at all. Had she known at the time that that was deer meat, she never would have ate it at all. That's why we
Yeah.
never said nothing to her.
Yeah, I know. But
And it was good. I don't care what she says. That was good stuff. But yeah, if you did that, Luke would be less likely to complain about it because he wouldn't know. Because we're gonna kill deer this year. I mean, there's no doubt about it. There's deer out here. I've got permission to hunt here, so we're gonna kill all the deer we can kill. I mean, because we need to fill your freezer, we need to fill their freezer, we need to fill our own freezer.
I need to buy another freezer. That chest freezer it only has Luke's food in it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And he eats all this frozen stuff, you know, and it fills it up most of the time.
We're trying so hard to get away from all that processed food because I just
And the
can't
other-
stand it.
The other freezer has, that's where I have like our fries and, which we use the air fryer, we don't fry them. And
I haven't had French fries at home in
chicken and stuff like that, and
forever.
it gets full.
We do tater tots for tater tot casserole, and that's about it. And honestly, we cook those on the pizzazz.
I bought some of those the other day, but we get about 3 meals out of a package.
Well, we use one bag for the tater tot casserole, so. And we did all that just like we did before. We used that deer meat that we had. We've been using that for everything, and nobody said anything. Nobody's, oh my God, I'm dying. I ate deer meat. I mean, nobody's even noticed. It's been. Jake did ask what was different, and well, we asked him first, you know, well, do you like it? And he's like, yeah, it tastes really good. That's why I'm asking what's different. And we told him, well, we put the deer meat in there. That's the only thing we changed. Everything else was exactly the same. And he's like, well, it was really good. So it's just easier just to, well, did you like it first? And then see what the answer is, and then go from there, because, which Jake isn't going to care anyway. He's going to eat deer. He doesn't have a problem with it. He came out here and ate them kebabs and stuff, so.
Well, she gave me a roast, and if I fix it, Luke will eat one tiny little sliver off of it, and he'll be done, and then I'm stuck eating all the rest of it. So yeah,
Yeah, bring it over. You can come over tomorrow or whenever. Just let me know and bring it over, and we'll throw it in the meat grinder.
okay.
We just bought that meat grinder just because we know we're going to be getting more deer again, and I was using a hand grinder before, and I'm too old for a hand grinder.
Just give me another package of something, and a quick glance at it, I thought it was already ground up, but I'll have to actually look
Even if it is, we can still regrind it
with.
in with the other.
the hamburger.
Yeah, mix it in. Just like I said, just guesstimate how many pounds you got there. If it's 3 pounds and you want to have it as little dairy flavor as possible, add 2.
So does that mean I need to give you Grandma's little hamburger press?
I got a hamburger press came with it,
Oh,
but I wouldn't be opposed to it. But I don't know. I like the way a hamburger looks when you make it by hand, and then you can control the thickness. They're not as consistent as proper as a uniform burger or whatever, but I like the way they are. We did make a set of deer burgers on the grill, and they were great. They were absolutely great. So
okay.
I just like that, like the hand touch to it.
Yeah, I usually forget that I got it until after I've made them and think, oh, I could have got that out.
Yeah, and it's really cool. And I remember the couple times that you did use it. It made really nice burgers, but I don't know. I like the old school. Get your hands dirty.
Okay, well,
All right, Mom.
here's the one person, I'm gonna have to stop and get some jars to put beans in.
Yeah. Text me about those lids because you know I'm gonna forget. I forget everything. Text me about those lids, and then I'll look them up and get some ordered.
Okay.
Just let me know how many you guys need.
The lids and then the seal part.
Okay, so you need the ring, you need the ring, and then the seal.
Yeah.
Is what you need. Okay. Yeah, just text me to remind me because I'm not gonna remember. I got 10 more projects to do today, so and my brain's already. I mean, I already forgot to turn the camera on to record, put the carb on. I thought it was already on, so my brain's just already getting melted. So, all
Well, I'll talk to you later.
right, be careful going home. So you guys get a little bit of conversation there because I'm going to leave some of that in because, well, frankly, like you just heard, I forgot to turn the camera on. So here we are, carburetor's in. Gosh dang, it's hot out. It's the heat index of like 100, 101, something like that. And we are inside in the shade here, but there's no breeze blowing through this garage door. You can hear the breeze blowing through the trees, but unfortunately, it's coming from that side and this way. The door's over here. So there's no air coming in. And it's getting hot, but I gotta keep going because I gotta get this done because I got other stuff to do. And you just can't always quit. So you grab yourself not a Gatorade, one of those other guys. We'll just go ahead and Powerade, not sponsored. I like these better myself. I also like the zero sugar because, well, trying not to put any more weight on than I already got. 5 pounds to go, we're at 190, trying to get 185. Anyway, that's not important either. All right, we're all sealed up, everything's back on. Yeah, see, now I'm just gonna start rambling. And then I'm gonna have to edit, and I don't like editing. So what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna jump up there, or turn the fuel on, jump back up on there, see if we can get a fire off, and hopefully it'll run without the choke, and then we're going to tackle the hydraulic leak. Doing it backwards of what I said earlier when I was doing the carburetor. I just want to hear it run. I like hearing this old tractor run. I like knowing that when I did a job that it's finished before I move on to something else, because if I jump onto the hydraulic leak and this hasn't worked this whole time, well then I got to come backwards and backtrack and get back in here and do all this over again. So I'd rather just fill it up with fuel, hit that key, see if it fires up. All right, ladies and gents, I know that's really loud, but as you can see, and I'll adjust the volume on that a little bit, it is running with the choke pushed in. So now we just got to fix the hydraulic leak, and then we'll take this for a test drive, make sure that the hydraulics aren't leaking and that the carburetor is working like it's supposed to, but it actually did work. We had to do a little bit of adjusting there, messing around in that until we finally got the mixture just right, but yeah, it's sitting there idling at right around 850 RPMs, which is good. And yeah, I can't be happier. So as long as everything works once we hit the field and start turning that mower on and it keeps running without that choke having to be pulled out, I'm going to be one happy camper, because that means we're a lot closer to where we're supposed to be as far as this thing goes. It looks a little prettier on there too. It's not all covered in crud now. Yeah, it wasn't hard. Unfortunately, sorry guys, I did miss the part of putting the carburetor back on. I was distracted talking to Mom. She's heading home for the day. She was out here picking beans and taking beans home to can. We'll have some canning videos in the future, but she was taking those back to her house to get canned up today. And I'm gonna sit out here and keep working on these vehicles and try to get everything functioning. That way their mower's working and they can get to mowing, and then I use this mower to mow the fields and stuff. They use the riding lawnmower to mow the yard. Ingrid is able to get out and do that, and she still enjoys doing that, but she's got about 2 acres to mow on the riding lawnmower. I mow the other, I don't know, it's probably 15 acres or so with this thing. Well, at least that's the plan. I've not completely finished that yet, as you'll see here if we get this going today. I'll take you guys with me up there to check out the field where I have mowed so far and what I got left to mow. Alright guys, so we're back on the tractor. We're going to go ahead and fire this thing up and take it for a quick mow, see how it does. You won't be able to hear me, but yeah, let's see how it does.